Hello, everyone. Welcome to Yoga for the Back Body. Over the next few sessions, we're going to be focusing on resilience. And we're going to start off this week by finding ways to be grounded and understanding what that means. So, for first, to get started here today, we're going to let our eyes shut down and we're going to come to that meditative seat. And I want you to notice when you lean back into your sit bones, how they ground into the earth and feel that connection. I'm going to close my eyes down here for just a brief few moments. And if you notice that I sound really different, it's because I am coming to the end of a cold. I was traveling last week and caught a cold on the way back. So just notice where your sit bones are touching your mat. And feel that connection. As we go through poses today, what we're going to focus on is where we're meeting the ground and where you can feel that grounding at. Just focus on your breath as you notice and notice where your sit bones are touching the floor. Just a few more breaths here as we arrive on our mat. On your next inhale, though, I want you to fill all the way up into your belly. Take a big inhale, biggest one you've taken today. And then audible out the mouth, let it go. One more time. Deep inhale. Audible out the mouth. Notice how that clearing breath allowed you to feel. When we talk about resilience, there's lots of ways to think of that, right? Like one way is through discipline, we can develop resilience for coming to yoga class every day or coming to yoga class every week, right? We're going to come to cat-cow pose here as I talk. Go ahead and bring your hands to the mat. Hang our shoulders over our knees. Shoulders over our knees. That's funny. Shoulders over our wrists, hips over our knees. Sorry, like I said, cold. Brain isn't working at 100%. When you get there, go ahead and drop your belly on an inhale. Cow pose, look up towards the ceiling. Push into the mat. So here we go. Push into the mat. Feel the grounding in your knees and palms as we arch our spine and cat. Inhale back to cow. Exhale back to cat. Inhale cow. Exhale cat. One more time. Inhale cow. Exhale cat. Inhale back to a neutral tabletop. Bring your toes together, big toes to touch. Take your knees out wide. I want you to push your hips back to your heels as your forehead comes down to meet the mat and your palms. Now notice where you're grounding here through the palms and through the forehead, through the knees and the tops of the feet. Sorry, I'm breathing through my mouth a lot today because it's really hard to breathe through my nose. One more breath in child's pose. And push your hands into your mat. We're going to lift our hips up and back, coming to downward facing dog. Now, this might be a little bit rough for me today, but we're going to try it out anyway. Being upside down probably isn't going to feel very well. But notice where your toes and palms are grounding. So again, we're focusing on the grounding today. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Keep it gentle. Take one more breath in downward facing dog. And then I want you to inhale the right leg to the sky. Three-legged dog. Then exhale, bring the right foot between the hands. Set it down. Drop that back knee. If you're on a hard surface, you might want to fold your mat over here if your knees need a little more protection. I'm on carpet with padding, so it's not as bad. On an inhale, I want you to rise up, lift your front toes, and then let them spread out down. Notice the grounding you're feeling across your foot and your toes, the back knee. Ooh, you can't see me. I'm sitting up too tall. Okay. Something to keep in mind next time. Maybe I need to put the camera further away when we do this. Just notice your grounding here. We're going to bring our palms down, tuck the back toes, step the right foot back to meet the left, shift out over, lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra or up dog here, preferably cobra, trying to keep it gentle. Exhale, lower the forehead to the mat. Inhale, push up on our knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whew. Take 2 breaths in down dog as we go to the other side. Last breath. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Drop the back knee. Inhale, rise up. Lift those toes. Spread them out. Lower them back down. Notice the grounding in that front foot and the back knee. Just notice where it connects to the earth. Place the hands framing that front foot. Tuck the back toes. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Shift that over your hands. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Two more breaths here. One more. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, lower your knees. Bring your big toes to touch. Push yourself back to child's pose. Notice how you're feeling. Lots of connections, and we've been focused on grounding. Notice how that feels in your body. Yeah, being upside down when you got a cold is not very comfortable. Now we're going to inhale forward. Notice another grounding pose here. Palms are going to come out in front of you at a figure 11. Your forearms are at a figure 11. Elbows are grounding in. I want you to notice your hips grounding here. Notice the hips grounding into the earth, feeling supported. There are so many poses in yoga that provide that grounding, if when you think about it, right? Like any pose where your feet are touching the mat, like maybe a mountain pose or a forward fold, strong connection to the earth, child's pose, lots of connectivity there. Notice here your hips connected to the ground. And then push yourself back to the child's pose, and we'll meet there. Big toes come to touch, palms come in, push yourself down, knees come out wide, forehead comes to the mat. So, how does grounding help us build resilience? Well, when you come back to our yoga class and you understand that we're going to be able to ground into the earth and ground our body as we practice, that helps you establish that resilience because it's something to look forward to every practice. So that's what we're thinking of here is that every time you come back to practice, you get to think about you're going to be grounding and building that resilience by returning to class every week. And again, I apologize. My brain's a little bit foggy today, too. So, but when you're ready, we're going to lift our hips up and back, coming to that down dog one more time. And then I want you to step to the top of the mat, and we're going to go to a forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to. What we're really looking for is to build that grounding through our feet here, feeling heavy through our feet to the ground. Maybe add a little sway. Releasing that lower back. Take a deep inhale here. Maybe lift up halfway. And then exhale, fold forward. Maybe you rock back and forth, feeling the weight in your feet till you find that center point. Inhale one more time, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Lower your knees, chest, chin. Body comes down, forehead comes down. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Exhale, lower your forehead. Inhale, push up on our knees. Exhale, all the way back to child's pose. One more breath here in child's pose. Inhale forward, coming to Sphinx, grounding our hips. Taking 3 breaths in Sphinx. Inhale one more time. Exhale, lower your forehead to the backs of your palms. Take a moment here. We're going to exhale and we're going to roll over onto our back here. Again, focused on the grounding of our body onto the mat and earth. We're going to bring our knees faced up at the sky. Bring your feet in about hip width distance apart. See if you can reach down and scrub the back of those ankles with your fingertips, maybe. Notice the feet grounding into the earth, the hip bones, the shoulders, the back of the head. On your next inhale, we're going to go to bridge pose. So we're going to do 5 of these today, but we're not going to go to supported. I want you to bring your hips up on an inhale, hold for a brief pause, and exhale, slowly lower. Inhale up. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale up. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale up. Exhale, slowly lower. Last bridge pose. Inhale up. Really reach those hips to the sky. Exhale, lower. Take your feet out wide. Maybe you windshield wiper your knees here. And come back, hips outside. Sorry. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Rock left to right here. Ironing out that lower back a little bit. I'm going to do a few twists here. So we're going to let our knees fall to the right. Bring your arms out to a T. Look over your left shoulder. One more breath to the right side, and we'll come back over to the left. Inhale your knees up. Exhale, lower to the left. Look over the right shoulder. About 3 more breaths here. After that third breath, bring your knees into your chest. Squeeze yourself into a little ball here. Rock left and right. Then bring your feet down one more time. Notice all the places you are grounding into your mat right now. Now let's extend our feet long. It's been a couple of weeks since we did any core work. So let's see if we can get a few reps of core in today. We're going to inhale our feet up. Hold here with our feet long. Inhale our legs in. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, crunch. Inhale down. Exhale long. Inhale in. Exhale right. Inhale up. Exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale crunch. Inhale down. Exhale long. Bring your feet out wide. Notice where your hip bones are connected to the floor. Palms come out wide. Let's set up for our final resting pose. Notice in our final resting pose all of the places that are touching the ground. Feel yourself supported by the earth or floor below. If you're typically a palms up person in final resting pose, try today to take your palms down, ending with that grounding theme. Let's slowly start introducing some movement into fingers and toes. Rock your head left and right. Roll over to whatever side's calling to you. Using that bottom arm as a pillow. Are you ready? We're going to push yourself up to a seat. Come to a tall seat. Notice again, coming back to that grounding movement, that grounding notion, right? Like noticing where hip bones are grounding into the mat. Return to our breath.
Bring our palms together at heart center, head slightly bowed. Thanks so much for joining me this week and tolerating my cold. Hopefully next week there will not be a cold. I bow to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you next week. Sorry for cutting class a little bit short. It's kind of hard to breathe today, but I will see you next week. Thanks so much.